it's Naima here, and I just got through recording this purple smoky eye, if you will. It's really pretty. I wasn't really wanting to do a purple one, but I just wanted to try something new. So yeah, I love the way it turned out. It's really pretty. It's smoky and a bold, dramatic wing liner. Okay, let me tell you about the wing liner. So it was good at first, and I was in the zoomed in part of my mirror, and then I finally looked at the regular part, and my wing liner was like crazy. So you know that struggle when you have to match the other one to each other. Yeah, that. And then when I put the lashes on, like I forgot to let them get tacky, and it was crazy. So yeah, like this video was a struggle, but I really love the way it turned out. Yeah, let me know what else you want to see next, and thank you for watching.
Hello everyone, it's Naima. So the first thing we're going to do is just prime using the Urban Decay Primer Potion. And it's one of my favorites actually, I really do like it. So yeah, we're just blending that out. And you can use a brush or your finger if you want to. I was just using my finger here. And we're going to take MAC Soft Brown to blend in the crease and also all over the lid, just to create a nice transition color for the rest of your colors. And especially since we're going to be using pretty bright colors in the crease. And yeah. And we're just blending that out a little bit more. Remember, when you're doing a smoky eye, blending is key. If you don't blend, it will not turn out right. Trust me, I know that. And now we're just using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, which is one of my favorite face powders. And I'm just putting that in the brow and as well as the crease. Now we're just taking MAC's Red Brick eyeshadow, and that's going to be our first crease color. And like I said, we're using bright colors, so that's why I wanted to use a neutral as a base. And yeah, we're just blending that out with a blending brush. And you can use a large blending brush or a smaller blending brush. It doesn't matter. It's pretty much our preference. And yeah. And now I'm just using the BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palette, and that purple shade right there. If you're a person who like loves bold colors and stuff, and like you like vibrant colors, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, I would extremely recommend this palette here. I also believe that it's a dupe for the Urban Decay Electric palette, which I will also be using in this tutorial. So yeah, I'm just packing on the color, and because it does take a little bit of work to get the full intensity that I wanted, so that's why you see me using several layers of it. But yeah, overall, it's still a really great palette. If you don't have it and you like colors, I think you should go and get it. And yeah, here's me using the Urban Decay Electric palette in the shade Urban, just to get a little more like vibrant effect to it, because I didn't think it was enough. So yeah, I just used that color to give it some more oomph, if you will. And then I'm just using MAC's Shadowy Lady. It's a deep, really purpley plum color. I'm terrible at describing colors. But yeah, it's like a deep purple. It's really pretty. And I just use that on the outer V of my eye. And I do have kind of like elongated eyes, so that's why I brought it to the towards the inner corner of my eye as well, to kind of give it like a round effect. And yeah, I'm just taking a little bit more of the colors we put in the crease and just blending it some more. Like I said before, blending is key. It will make your eyeshadow look perfect every time. And now I'm just using a gel liner. You can use any gel liner. And I'm just spraying it with some Max Fix Plus. And I was just drawing out my wing. Now remember, when you're doing the wing, take your time, because if you mess up, it is extremely hard to fix, because I actually messed up and I was trying to fix it, and instead of getting a little simple wing like I wanted, I got an extremely bold wing. So yeah, they're really hard to fix. So take your time, do it right. And yes, it does take a little bit of practice. And yeah, just doing the other eye. And now you can just apply any mascara. I use several different mascaras, but today I decided to use the Maybelline Colossal. I want to say it's a pretty good one. It's also from the drugstore. And yeah, I'm just priming my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. It's one of my favorites. It's a silicone based primer. If you have dry skin, it's really good for that. I know a lot of oily skins don't really like silicone based primers. And now I'm just using the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. I am deep 74. I want to say that's the deepest shade. So if you're my complexion or darker, you probably won't find your shade. But if they do have your shade, it's a really good foundation. It's very full coverage. You only need a little bit. And yeah, I'm just blending this out with using patting motions with a little buffer brush. You can use a flat top kabuki brush, but I did notice that this foundation does not do well with beauty sponges because it's very stiff, if you will, and thick. So yeah, beauty blenders aren't really good with this foundation, at least in my opinion. Okay, and now I'm just using one of my favorite concealers. You'll hear me saying that a lot. I really love these products. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I use shade Caramel because I do like my highlight really light. But if you're my complexion and you don't want it that light, you can use shade Amande. It's actually really close to my foundation color. So yeah, you can use that if you don't like it super bright under the eyes, but I really do. So yeah, I use shade Caramel, and I'm blending this out with a little brush, like a very large blending brush. That's what it's really called. But I didn't use a damp beauty blender like everybody does, because I mean, with this type of concealer, I don't want the beauty blender to like suck it all up. So that's why I use a brush, so I still keep the intensity that I want it. But if you want to take all the excess off, then you can use a beauty blender for it. Okay. And now I'm just using that foundation brush that I used to blend out any harsh edges. Now I'm just setting the powder with the Ben Nye Luxury setting powder in the shade Banana, because I really like the tint to it. And I don't bake because, like I said, I have really dry skin and it just doesn't look good on me. And yeah, now I'm just contouring using a foundation stick in Teak. But I used this little angled brush because I did run a really sharp contour that day. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to bake, so I just used a brush. And I blend the top out, but make the bottom still really sharp. It's a little trick I learned. It's really good. Just make sure you blend it out so you don't have like a super harsh line where everybody's like, okay, you're contoured, we get the point. So yeah, just blend that out. And I was using the brush at first, and then I started using a beauty sponge. And like I said, the foundation that I use is really stiff, so it did not work. So yeah, you can use a beauty sponge if you want to, but I did not like the look. It didn't look blended enough to me. So I just went ahead and blended it with a brush off camera. And now I'm going back with using that red brick from MAC, and putting that on my lower lash line. Try not to stab your eye like I always do every time I do my makeup. But yeah, we're just blending that, making it a little smoky and the bottom lash line. Now you can go in and add all of the colors you added on your top lid if you want to. I really wasn't going for that look. I just wanted some color at the bottom so I didn't look like a raccoon. And now I'm just lining my lower lash line with a black eyeliner. You can use any black smudge proof eyeliner that you want to. I'm just using a dual ended eyeliner from Ulta. I don't really like it. If you have any eyeliner suggestions, please leave it in the comments below because I don't really like this one. But yeah. And now I'm just using the BH Cosmetics Galaxy Chic palette in shade Milky Way to highlight the inner tear duct. And yeah, I really love that color for some reason. I really do. Yeah, and BH Cosmetics has some really great palettes. So if you're beginning with makeup and you want some palettes, do check out BH Cosmetics. And yeah, I'm just highlighting the brow bone. I normally don't do this, but yeah, I just wanted to do it for today. And I'm using a blending brush just to blend it all out to make sure it flows correctly and just not a harsh line of glitter. And I'm just shaping up my brows. I do tweeze mine, like I don't fill them in or anything. I tweeze them and train them the way that I want them to go. So yeah, I was just brushing in and shaping them up. And now I'm just setting the entire face with my face powder that I use. You can use any face powder that you like. I like this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish here, and I'm just setting my face with some more Fix Plus so it doesn't give me that cakey, powdery look. And now from blush, I'm using a blush. It's from Pandora, I want to say. I'm not sure what the name is, but I will leave it in the description box below. So yeah, please check the description box. Okay, and I just couldn't resist. I love the Becca Opal highlighter. It is one of my absolute favorites of all time. So yeah, I'm just using that, and I'm using that with the same brush that I blended my concealer out with. You don't have to switch brushes every time you do something different. So yeah, I was just using the same brush, and it blends it pretty nicely. I really love the way it blends it. And yeah, a little bit on the nose, the high spots in my face, as well as the Cupid's bow. I don't know where that footage went. And I'm just using a NYX Butter lipstick. I will leave the name in the description box below. It's really nice. It's like it says, it glides on like butter. It's almost like a gloss in lipstick form. It's really nice. Do check NYX out. And it's a little bit more Fix Plus just to make my highlight pop a little bit more. And yeah, that is the finished look. And thanks for watching.